Welcome to Word of the Twist Tarot with me, Kevin. Today we're going to do another deck walkthrough, and it will be on the Tarot Original 1909 deck. And this deck is by, I think it's sold by Llewellyn. And I'll put the link in the description below for you. This is the box it comes in. Typical cardboard box, like a cigarette pack kind of a thing, or a card deck pack. And the price of this deck is $24.95, and I purchased it with my own funds, so it was not given to me by anyone. I purchased this out of my own pocket, but I want to share it with you because I really enjoyed this deck. It's a really beautiful deck. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started with saying what comes in the deck. What comes in the deck, in the box, is the manual, and this manual walks you through the typical what it is, the authors, which was, Waite, and then Smith was the artist of the deck. The keywords, how to interpret them, the structure of tarot. It says here, like, Pentacles is all about material possessions, people, money, or I would just say earthly things. Swords is about the mind, narratives, calculations, and thoughts. So, intellect. Wands are all around fire, which means passion, excitement, spirituality, and career. Things that you love to do. So it's not career. Career is pentacles. It's not things you have to do. It's things that you love to do. That's the wands. And then the cups are all around water. So they're around emotions, art, dreams, and feelings. Those are the love cards. All right. At least that's what I call them. And then it gives you a little bit of a spread you could do if you want to. A 3-card spread, which is all around insight, hindsight, and foresight. Okay. Desire, challenges, and solutions, and a couple other ones. And then here's all the definitions for the cards themselves, from the major arcana all the way to the minor. Now, one thing that I like to kind of teach people is the major arcana is more around the spiritual gifts or the spiritual things in life. For example, they're the big things, like the Fool. When you get a Fool card, it's about taking that leap of faith into the unknown and just going for it, right? Whereas the minor arcana right here is more about everyday life. So this is the earth, things that are here and now. This is the emotions, how things affect you emotionally. This is your passion. It could be sexual, creative, anger, whatever. It's your passions, your fire. And this is your swords, which is the mind. This is the intellect. So it's intellect, mind, air, wands, fire, ace, earth, pentacles, ace, earth, pentacles, and then again, emotions, which are your cups. Okay, so we're going to start reviewing the major arcana first. And I think I'm just going to go through it kind of quickly. And if that's okay, if you like that way of reviewing these decks, let me know. Drop it in the comments below so I know for next time if you prefer this. Also, what comes in the deck, in the box, I keep saying the word deck, are these two extra cards here. And this is just a little placement card. It tells you what the deck is. And on the back of it, this is how the back of the deck looks. Really pretty. I love this deck. It's just amazing. Phenomenal. The cardstock is pretty nice. See that? Not too flimsy. And it actually shuffle very well too. We'll get to that later. I'll do a quick shuffle for you. All right. So we'll start off with the Fool, the 0. After the Fool, we have the Magician. Then the High Priestess. That's a cool card. Move over a little bit more right there. Okay. The Empress, the 3. I'm going kind of fast because if you're familiar with the Rider-Waite decks, they all look pretty much the same. Especially these ones here, because there's the replica. So it's a different flavor of it. The colors are a little different. It looks really nice, but the backing is different, but it's the same card. So there's nothing really that stands out. And if there is, I'll bring it up. Then we have the Hierophant, the Lovers, that's a really cool card. Feminine energy for the Sphinx, masculine for the one who's letting the universe move them through everything. That's the 7. That's really cool. Strength, Hermit. The World. Justice. The Hanged Man. Death. You know what I like about this Death card? It's not really doom and gloom as most people would consider it. And why do I say that? Because you see here, a sun's rising over the city. So it's a new dawn, a new beginning, a new day once you transform. And what's interesting about that, you have a 10. The X is a 10. And these letters here becomes a 3. So it's a 13. And what that means is you have to go through cycles and go within. That's the 3 communication. Go within yourself to understand how to make that transformation. And it will be hard and painful. But here's the kicker. When you go through it, you have the 10 and the 3, which is a 13. And a 3 plus a 1 is what? That's a 4. And what's a 4 about? Stability. So you become stable in a new beginning, a new version of you. And that is why I personally believe the Death card is an amazing card to receive. You can transform into something better because at the end of the day, everyone has to transform. Even the king right there doesn't escape transformation. The queen may look away. The child may be a little bit ignorant, not understand it, but the priest knows, oh yeah, it's coming. Okay. Then we have Temperance, which is balance. And you know what's funny too, if you really study these cards, it's the buildup. After you transform, the next thing that happens to you is you have balance in your life. Remember, I said stability. You have a connection with the divine. You see how it says on the Hebrew letters there, Yod He Vav He? That's the name of the divine. So what it's saying is that once you go through your transformation and you then have balance, you reconnect at a higher level with the divine. And then once you have that balance, what happens is a test, right? Which takes you to the devil, the 15, because once you get the balance, you move up a level, then you retest to see how you can come through those challenges, trials, and struggles. Do you keep the chains on? Do you see there around the neck? Or do you take the chains off and say, I'm done with this? Not today, Satan. You heard that before? Not today. That's what I'm kind of feeling with that. All right, then you have the tower. So once you overcome your struggles and trials, you then have a tower because something has to happen, something has to break, right, to get to the next level. And that's what the tower is all about. A sudden change, a sudden drastic change that must happen. Then you have the star, which is hope, and peace, and everything else. So once you go through that sudden change that had to happen, it's not transformation, it's a sudden change. You then have hope and peace because you also came through that. That's the star. And the moon, I don't know if you know this or not, but the thing about the moon is that's the wolf and the dog. Well, a dog represents the domesticated man. The wolf represents the not domesticated, the wild man. Well, I want to say humans, because it could be male or female, so I'm not picking one gender or the other. But the point being is it's the domesticated versus the wild side of human nature. And so what do? They both yell, they both howl at the moon as they try to get through the shadow because the sun is only reflecting the light from the moon onto the path in darkness. And so you're in that space of uncertainty where you have a struggle between your wild side and your domesticated side to move through the unknown, for lack of better terms. Of course, it's much deeper meaning than that, but I'm just kind of things that pop up in my head as we look at these cards together. So that's the moon. Then we have the sun. That's a beautiful card. After the sun, we have judgment. The 2 become 3. I'll get into that later. Then you have the world. And notice the infinity symbol there and there. And she holds the wands of the magician in her hands. And also, these represent the 4 elements. All right. If you enjoyed that part, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. and drop some comments. Let me know your thoughts so far on what you like or dislike about this deck. Now we're going to go into the minor. I'm going to do 2 to 2, so I'm just going to flip them side by side rather than do them one at a time. Let's do the passive first. So we're going to do emotions and earth. So the cups and pentacles. All right, let's begin. So we have the aces, new possibilities, new potentials. Emotions and earth, earthly plane. The 2, decisions, relationships, and finances. Celebration. Teamwork. See, it's all about coming together. So the 3s are about coming together, communication, creativity. 4. This is interesting. 4s are around stability. And this is emotions. How do you become stable in emotions? By grabbing the potential in front of you, not ignoring it. That brings stability. In the pentacles, 4 means you financially stable, or also can mean a little bit greedy, hesitant to let go. And when you're hesitant to let go, can you still be stable? Sure you can, because maybe you give away too freely sometimes. By holding on a little bit tighter, you then become stable and then can protect yourself so that you can help others if that's the thing you like to do. 5s, can you see the similarities here where this is shown to be a little bit destitute and this is shown to be sadness? That's the 5s. But I always just say in my readings when I do numerology is 5s are all around struggle. You can see it here in both of these cards because this is the emotions, your heart, for lack of better terms, and this is your wealth, so poverty. The 6 is harmony, and harmony is about nostalgia, looking at memories, having memories remind you of things of the past that made you very happy. Helping other people, giving with a kind heart, balanced scales, fairness. Or giving people what they need right now, not too much, and that's also harmony because you give them too much, they can spend it. I don't want to get political here, so I won't say what I was going to say. But the point is harmony, giving people what they need in order for them to move forward without taking that, using on something that they don't need. That's one aspect of harmony also. Contemplation, assessment is the 7. Do I have enough? Have I earned enough? Have I gained enough? What decision should I make? Because it affects my heart. What is it? What do I need to do? I can't make up my mind. So many things to choose from. I'm becoming very emotional over it. That's your 7s. 8, mastering your craft, mastering your heart. Now, why would I say that? Because here the card's all about walking away because you know there's nothing left for you. It's over. It's time to move on. That's what you're doing. You're moving forward. You overcome your emotions because now you can move forward. Here, you master your craft. You refine the process. You have it nailed down. That's the 8. 9, attainment, but you move slow. It's not a race, it's a marathon. Attainment, you're happy of all your cups, but behind the blue could be something that still can come back and bite you. See the snail too? That's why I said it's a marathon, not a race. Okay. The 10, cycle is complete, ready to give back. The 10 of hearts, happy. Family, happy. Emotions, perfection. Finances, happy, comfortable. Material gains, health, and so forth. But you're ready to start over and give back. Go back to the 1. That's the 10. The Page of Pentacles, they both are looking at their element. The Knight of Pentacles, both slow-moving card. They're passive. White, black, subconscious, truth, clarity. So bringing the messages of goodwill, of love, so forth, something like that. Bringing good messages of earth, looking for wealth, things like that. Both slow, both very positive, but both fire. And that's what makes sense too for the Knight of Cups because fire and water smolder, make smoke, which means that it doesn't let your passion burn too hot. It keeps you in the middle. Fire and earth, well, unless there's dead debris, isn't going to create an inferno. So maybe just have a nice little fire to grab a cup of coffee and get that pot warmed up and drink it while you're treasure hunting. Something like that. Anyway, fire, earth. Maybe not a good analogy, but that's what I came up with just now. All right. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing. What's nice about the Queen of Cups, though, is that she's on Earth still. So she's not completely in fantasy. She's still grounded on the earthly plane. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing card, and she's grounded on the earth. The Kings, he is in the water. He's a lot of imagination going on, master of emotions, and so forth. He wears his imagination around his neck. That's the little fish that you saw the page hold earlier in the cup. And then you have the King of Pentacles. All right. Now we're going to go through the minor arcana. If you enjoyed looking at the, we are in the minor. If you enjoy looking at the aces of the pentacles and cups, let me know what you think about these cards. Now we're going to go to the swords and wands, which are the active cards. Okay. Fire, energy, and air. Fire and air combust. Whew, tornado. All right. Okay, the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. The Crown, the mind. New ideas, new things to consider with the divine spark. The 3 and the 3, communication, creativity come together. You have what? You have harmony because you took the potential and ran with it. This one here is about your creative passion, the things that you love to do. New ideas around there. I never count these. I'm not going to right now, but I'd count them and see how many there are. That's very interesting as well. Okay. Aces. Choose decisions. Union. Wisdom. Thought. Twos. Swords. Can't make up your mind. Wands. Waiting. Looking out. Grabbing the one possibility. The other one's in the ground planted, so you made the decision. But now you have to go to the 3 because you're waiting for it to return to see what things will grow from the seed you planted from the decision that you made on the 2. That's the wands. This is supposed to be a heartbreak card because of the heart, but I don't think so. While it is a heartbreak card, yes, it has nothing to do with people. I've seen people say, oh my gosh, this is about, fixing love. No, it's heartbreak because your mind's been broken. Remember, swords are always about the mind, intellect, thinking, thought process, and so forth. So because the swords are stuck in the heart, it tells me that the mind has been broken by the emotions. You have to fix that. That's why the gray clouds are kind of gloomy there. Rain is pouring down on you. That's the 3. And maybe you didn't communicate. Right? Communication, creativity. Follow me so far? Then we're going to go to the 4. Peace, stability, rest, relaxation, happiness, and celebration. 2s and 2s. You see the 2 pillars on each side? That's the master number. 22 is the 4. The 2 decisions. 3 and 1. 3, the communication is at rest. The swords are pointed down, which means they're not in a position of offense or defense. They're just in a position of, I'm not doing anything. And then the sword here laying sideways, which means that it's just at rest. So total mind just vegging out, getting some rest, ready to come back later and start all over again because you get ready for what? The 5s, the contention. Okay. After that, we have the 6. You go through contention, then you have a little bit of harmony, right? Going off into smoother waters with the mind, moving into a little bit of victory with the wands. You got there. You got over the struggle, and now you're happy. And then you move into the 7. So this is interesting too because in the other cards, it's about assessing, but here you're assessing also. Now, I hear a lot of people say this card is all about stand your ground. And while that is true, look at what's going on though. You have 6 wands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coming at you with 1 in your hand. What are you going to do? because you're in a struggle, you're standing your ground, but this can be harmony. But the question is, with the one, what are you going to do? I find that interesting. People also mention about how they have different shoes on. Now, I never really quite understood that. I've heard about people say like, well, he got up out of bed and you're thrown where he grab and rush out there to defend himself on the higher ground against an attack, standing your ground. I'm not quite sure. If you have any thoughts on that card, drop in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say about the 7 of Wands. But the swords I find interesting too, because you see here, you have a 5 and a 2, so 5 is around struggle. And he's holding 5 of the swords in his hand. And what that is, you have 3 communication, 2 choices. And so back here in the background of this card, what do you see? It's like a little battleground or something like that. Yet here is a camp. So he's probably thinking to himself, you know what, before they get back, I'm going to take these swords so that they can communicate among themselves and make a decision what they want to do later. Do they want to be in peace or they want to be in fighting? And when they come back, they have 2 swords because they have to make a choice. Each one of them has a possibility or potential. They can take those swords and either kill each other or go, you know what, we're going to go ahead and move forward and be much better off together. Maybe that's what it's saying. Okay. So after that, we're going to go to the 8. Fast moving, blocking yourself. The 9. Not going to give up, ready to continue to battle. Can't sleep, can keep myself awake at night. The 10s. Overburdened, refuses to let go, will not delegate anything, must be in total control. Not a good thing. It's going to wear you out. And then you feel like you're at the end of the rope, or you're at the end of the rope, ready to collapse. But if you keep looking this direction here, you see his head pointing that way. There's yellow, right? So it's a better day ahead. But the emotions are calm. You're pretty much dead. You've pretty much gone through everything because your mind has been so hammered. But the beautiful thing is, something new on the horizon is about to overcome and happen. So it's a really good thing. That's how I read it. Now, you may not read it like that, but that's how I read it. After that, we have the page. Then we have the knight. Very fast moving cards. Very fast moving cards. I'm not going into too much detail with these. That's why I do more of a preview. But if you do like the explanations that I give as we walk through the deck, let me know because I'll continue to do it. I enjoy doing it actually. I like sharing knowledge or sharing things I've learned over the course of doing tarot. Because I know that when I'm looking at a review or watching a video, I like to learn something from it, right? It's all about expanding your mind. The swords, learning, yeah, charge, let's go. What else can we find out? Then we have the queens. You know, this card's a little spiritual too. I'll show you why. What do you see? You look really close. Look at her wrist. Those are prayer beads. Very centered, very in charge, but calm, willing to help, mind at rest, always has something on the mind though. 1. What is next? Above the clouds. They're always there though, looming, but above the clouds. Then you have the queen here, 2 of wands. And then we have, lastly, the 2 kings, the king of swords and the king of wands. All right. If you enjoyed that, let me know as well. And you know, I never even thanked you guys for watching this with me. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching the video with me. And for all my subscribers who follow me, you're part of the Word with a Twist tribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And let me know maybe what deck you'd like to review next. I got a bunch of them, so I'm going through them now. Now, to actually show a little shuffle here, so, you know, just so you know, it's the Tarot 1909, and I'll put a link in the bottom. You can get it from Llewellyn directly, maybe I'm pronouncing that wrong, or from Amazon. I'll put a link to both, your choice. It's how these things shuffle. I do not do bridge shuffling, so just heads up. I do this shuffling on the side. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I've used these cards before, but I haven't really done it where I'm paying attention to the shuffle. This goes right here. Whoops, my hand slipped off that. Oh, that's really nice too. So they shuffle really well. You know what? Let's do a card of the day just for the heck of it. Universe, since we share this with these amazing people, what message do we have to share for some positive vibes for today? So if you're watching this on, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, whatever day it is. This is your message, your message, your message for today. So if you got this far, then you're getting a kind of a cool thing here, right? You're getting a little reading here. So I'm glad you didn't drop. I'm glad you stood with me. What is the card for the day? Ready? Oh, the Five of Swords. Don't play games. Don't take other people's crap. You don't need to. Walk away. It's not worth the struggle. Don't let them get in your head. Don't let them make you feel like you have nothing of yourself, that you're worthless. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let the gray clouds overshadow you. Don't let them block your sunlight. That's what I'm seeing for you right now. You don't need the games. So even though he's holding two swords and a three, thinking you're going to talk to them, you're not going to. You don't need to. You're going to walk away and ignore this. You don't need to talk to this person, whoever it may be. Even though you have two swords in the ground right there, decisions or opportunities, don't pick it up. There's no need to. It's time just to walk away and be happy with you. And these people that play games, what comes around will go around. And that sword will go right back through him. All right. So then, if you enjoyed that, please drop some comments below for me. Give it a like because I need some likes here. And please subscribe. And thank you. Thank you so much for following me here on my channel. Because without you, I would not exist. And until next time, take care, and I'll see y'all in the next deck review. Bye-bye.